When we're drawing hair, a lot of people want to draw individual hairs, and then they kind of wonder why it doesn't look right. So this is what I see a lot of people want to do. But then it just doesn't look like we want it to. It looks like a cartoon. So instead, we're going to do kind of something that's a little counterintuitive to us, which is not to draw all the hairs. So when we're drawing hair, we want to think of it as a shape. So here's our face. We just want to think of it as the shape that we see, and then we'll go back and look for shadow shapes. So right now, looking at my hair, I see that it comes up and again here are my eyes right in the middle, and here's my ear, and then I kind of have my bangs. And then I have my bun on top. We're not going to draw anything that we can't see. So if you have a ponytail in the back and you cannot see your ponytail at the angle that you are looking at yourself, then you're not going to draw it. And I know that kind of seems like the opposite of what we want to do, but we don't draw what we can't see. So here's the general shape of my hair. And then I'm going to go back in and add some values, and that's where you're going to kind of get the life and movement in that hair. So I'm just going to draw the big sections where my hair separates, and I'm going to choose what not to put in, which is just as important as what we choose to put in. So here's my bangs. And I see these big sections where my hair separates, and I have kind of a shadow. And I can draw a few wisps of hair in there, but I'm not going to go back and put every single hair. I'm just going to choose very carefully what I put in and what I leave out. So I'm choosing these large areas of hair where it separates. And that's kind of the basics of my hair. You might choose carefully a few wisps to kind of have sticking out for movement, but for the most part I'm going to leave those individual hairs out. If I do go back and do individual hairs, you're not going to be happy with the results, so maybe later I go back and kind of add those values and highlights where I do see a highlight from the shine. But notice I'm still choosing to leave parts out instead of drawing individual hairs. No matter what kind of hairdo you have, or haircut that you have, this is how you will draw hair. You'll draw the shape of the hair first, and then go back and look for big shadow shapes like this, or these in the bangs, where the hair separates and you see a shadow. But you're not going to go back and add individual hairs no matter what kind of hair you have. So be really careful so that you don't end up with this kind of hair. And you can always go back and erase if you go a little overboard with the parts that you choose to include. And that's how you draw hair. So when you put your bangs or your hair in, you're no longer going to have this huge forehead, and those eyes that you put in the middle are going to make more sense to you. So now this makes more sense. And when you add your eyebrows in, it's going to make more sense. And then I can go back and erase my 5 eyes. And now it looks normal. So that is how you do hair.